Welcome to Global Language Podcast. If you want to understand real English, speak more naturally, and stop translating in your head, you're in the right place. In this episode, we're going to work with real words, not textbook vocabulary, not useless phrases, but words people actually use in everyday life. And as you listen, I want you to follow the flow, notice the patterns, and repeat naturally in your mind. Let's get into it. Let's start with the word handle. Handle means dealing with something, especially when it's not easy. Imagine a situation at work where things go wrong. You might say, "I didn't handle that very well." Or in another moment, "I'm trying to handle this better." And when you feel more confident, "I'll handle it." The important thing here is how the verb moves through time without you thinking about it too much. Past, present, future, but naturally inside your thinking. Now take the phrase, figure out. This is something you use when you don't understand something at first, but you're working toward a solution. You might say, "I couldn't figure it out," when something confused you. Later, "I'm still trying to figure it out," and eventually, "I'll figure it out." This phrase is extremely common, especially when you're solving problems or thinking through something. Now listen to deal with. Very similar to handle, but more conversational. For example, "I had to deal with a difficult situation," or "I'm dealing with too many things right now," and later, "I'll deal with it." This is how people actually talk. Short, direct, practical. Next is turn out. This is about results, how something ends. You might say, "It didn't turn out the way I expected," or "It's turning out better than I thought," and then, "It'll turn out fine." This phrase helps you talk about uncertainty and outcomes. Now, let's look at run into. This can mean meeting someone unexpectedly or facing a problem. "I ran into an old friend," or "I'm running into some issues," or even, "I might run into the same problem again." Same structure, different context, very flexible. Next is go through. This one is deeper. It's about experience. "I went through a stressful situation," or "I'm going through a busy period," or "I'll go through it again if I have to." This is how you talk about life experiences. Now listen carefully to work out. It can mean solving something or things ending successfully. "It worked out in the end," or "Things are working out," or "It'll work out." Very natural, very common, and very powerful. Next is bring up. This means mentioning something. "He brought up an important point," or "I'm bringing it up again," or "I'll bring it up later." This is especially useful in conversations and meetings. Now we have carry on. It means continuing. "I carried on working," or "I'm carrying on with this," or "I'll carry on." Simple, but very natural in real speech. Next, point out. This is when you highlight something. "She pointed out a mistake," or "I'm pointing out the issue," or "I'll point it out." It's a clean way to correct or clarify something. Now listen to end up. This is about unexpected results. "I ended up staying late," or "I'm ending up doing everything myself," or "I might end up doing it again." This phrase is extremely common in storytelling. Now we move slightly higher. The word approach. It's about how you deal with something. "I approach the problem differently," or "I'm approaching this carefully," or "I'll approach it in a better way." More formal, but still very useful. Next is manage. It means successfully doing something difficult. "I managed to finish it," or "I'm managing my time better," or "I'll manage somehow." This word carries effort inside it. Now, avoid. "I avoided making a mistake," or "I'm avoiding unnecessary stress," or "I'll avoid doing that again." Simple, but important for real-life communication. Next, realize. "I realize something important," or "I'm realizing what matters," or "I'll realize it eventually." This is about awareness and understanding. Now listen to expect. "I expected a better result," or "I'm expecting a call," or "I'll expect things to improve." Very common in daily situations. Next, consider. I considered changing my plan, or I'm considering my options, or I'll consider it. This word is useful when you're thinking carefully. Now, a more modern word, deal breaker. This is something you cannot accept. That was a deal breaker for me. Or, this is still a deal breaker. Or, that will always be a deal breaker. Very real life, very conversational. Next, adjust. I adjusted to the situation. Or, I'm adjusting to changes. Or, I'll adjust quickly. This word shows flexibility. And finally, maintain. I maintained my focus, or I'm maintaining control, or I'll maintain this level. This is about stability and consistency. Now, I want you to just follow this flow in your mind. Don't stop. Don't analyze. Just listen and let it connect. I handled it. I figured it out. I dealt with the situation. It turned out fine. I ran into a problem. I went through a lot, but it worked out. I brought it up. I carried on. I pointed it out. I ended up learning something. I approached it differently. I managed it. I avoided mistakes. I realized something important. I expected more. I considered my options. That was a deal breaker. I adjusted, and I maintained control. That's how real English works. Connected, natural, alive. If you keep listening like this and repeating in your head, your brain will start building these patterns automatically, and one day, you won't think about what to say. You'll just say it. Thanks for listening to Global Language Podcast.